have Canva Pro, and I love it. It's definitely worth the money. What we're going to design is a book cover for our book. If you're only going to do an ebook, you really only need the front cover. You don't really need the back cover. But if you're going to do your print, not only would you need a back cover, but you also need to create a spine. And you can do all of that here in Canva, or if you're comfortable using Adobe Photoshop, you can do it there too. You could also create your book either here in Canva or in Adobe's InDesign. I haven't decided yet on which one I'm going to pick, but I might try to do it here and see how it comes out. So let's see, I already designed my book cover for the book that I will be working on, but I just wanted to do this tutorial to show you how you can easily create a book cover. So this may save you money. Normally book covers cost about $200 to $300 or more, depending on how, you know, how elaborate they may be. But just starting out like this, I'm creating this whole course for beginners. These are people who have no next to nothing and and are just starting out. You're just learning, so you need to keep things kind of easy and simple, not too stressful. So that's what this is for. So let's see. Um, I'm going to create a book cover. I got to think of a different. I'll think of a book that I haven't even written yet. I don't even have a title for that book. Huh. Let's see. Well, you know what? I'm just going to recreate the last one that I did. So I picked this one. But what I did was, we'll just leave the title as it is. We're just going to show you. This right here is pretty much this background design here is pretty much your whole book cover. But you know, you never want to pick what they created. You want to kind of modify it and make it your own. So if you're really good at Adobe InDesign, I mean Photoshop, you can create this, or you can just let's go to photos. My book is a fantasy book. This was the one image that I picked, but you know, just for fun, let's go with this guy. We're gonna go with this guy. We're just gonna try something different. And so something you can do is maybe let's see if my computer will allow it. You can remove the background. If it's going to give me a lot of problems, I'm just going to find an alternate route. I've been having some issues with our internet connection, so sometimes that hinders what you can do if your computer's being funky or your internet. And it's taking a while. Normally it's a lot faster than this, so that tells me that the internet is giving it too many problems. Oh, hold on. On something like Photoshop, you can actually there's a lot of ways to remove the background. It's a lot easier. This is easier too for beginners because normally how this works is I click on that and it automatically removes all the background, and I will just have his image and it's like perfectly done. So I think this is taking too long. So we're going to do something different. Huh. Let's see something. Let's try something different. Let's try something completely different. Let's see what they got here. I'm really just trying to find a really good image. You do like I did Fantasy Warriors because mine is a sci-fi. But let's just say you're writing. See, now this is where it gets challenging. If you're doing something like urban romance, sometimes it's hard to find the images that you're looking for, and I would recommend actually hiring someone to do your book cover, especially if you're doing urban fiction. There's a certain look with urban fiction, and this site is not going to give you what you need for that. If you're doing like a nonfiction, um, if it's about yourself, then you can put yourself on the cover or something, representative of the story you're telling or the part of your life that you're sharing. Um, but as you see here, it's very hard. See, here's what it's very hard to find people of color in a lot. It's not just Canva, it's a lot of different ones. There are some that are just for people of color, but they're new and sometimes they don't have as much variety as you may need. Well, for something like me, like honestly, the person that I'm doing, she's actually blue. Her skin is blue in my book. So, oh, this looks nice. Let me see this one. Oops, hold on. Sorry. There we go. Trying to get it to fill. Where did he come from? Oh my gosh, my computer wants to drive me nuts. I don't want him over. I'm over him. I've moved on with my life. He won't let me go. Okay. Wow. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to refresh. There we go. So it's simple to actually make your own book cover. It depends on whatever you want to do. You can put a good tagline up here, your title here. I would recommend making your author name just a little bit bigger, just to make it a little bit more easily visible. You see these guidelines? You want to try to stay in the guidelines. This one is still actually okay, but if you want to play it on the safe side, you could bring it down. The reason why I say this is okay, if you go for an ebook, it's fine to be close to the edge. For a printed book, you don't want to do that because normally these edges are this is where the trim is, and that's where the book will fold or it's cut off in printing. So it's really simple. I mean, you can pretty much make whatever kind of book cover you want. You got all these pre-made ones, but I would just say take it and make the picture something that relates to your change the picture. You can play with it and all that stuff because layers are more like advanced basically. So let's see. So, for example, we kind of already got that. This is kind of creepy looking. You know, this is creepy looking. You try this out, see how that looks. If it wants to actually work. If not, whatever. There's a lot of they do have a lot of stuff. It's just when it comes to minorities, you have to hunt. You have to really find what you're looking for. You got to take the time and find that image, and then sometimes you can modify it or change it around. Oh, I didn't realize that was like that. Yeah, to however you want. Oops, I got it in there and she disappeared. So whatever you want to do. But this is pretty much, if you're just starting out, this is they already give you the layout. This is your tagline, your title. This is missing the author's name. Sometimes, oh wait, hold on. This one might have, let me see. Okay, so it seems like it has the author's name at top. Again, make it so it's really easy to see. Center it. This right here, will have like the, little short synopsis. And that's it. It's so simple. You don't have to, you don't have the money to pay $200-300 for a book cover. You can just come in here. You don't even have to pay for the pro account. You can use the free account. They offer you a lot with the free account. And what's great is that it's all um, commercial free use, or it's not copyright, so you can use it on your book cover. Whereas other places you have to be concerned. This is actually really nice. This is a really nice one. The other ones, okay, so you see how this one has a tagline at the top, and I would probably make this in a different color because it's, you know, and fitting. And this is actually a very nice book cover, and you saw it took 2 seconds. I just changed the image. That's it. You just change the image, and you can play around with it if you like. If you need help coming up with the verbiage, you can use an AI system. I use Writer, but I know like Jasper. Jasper is a really, really good one. This is just another one. And you would go and put in like what your book is about, and then it will generate the verbiage for you. And they do meta descriptions. They do product descriptions, and that's what you'd put it under, like a product description. And it works really well. So I'm sorry, my internet is so bad right now. This is a one that I'm working on now that you're going to be seeing throughout the rest of the course. This is I'm redoing my book Nirvatra. I'm redoing the cover. The sales were going good for a little bit, and then it kind of like died off. And so I'm trying to revive it and release the third book in the trilogy. I might actually, um, I don't know. Well, that's a whole nother story. So as you see, product description, Nirvatra, product name, about the product. That's all you put. You can have them come up with 3 different variants. Optimal means like they're going to kind of elaborate on their own, and that's fine if you're doing fiction. There's different levels. If you want it completely factual, which when you're writing a book, that's fiction. It's kind of, I don't know, that might not, you want something optimal because you want it to be kind of over the top and exciting. So optimal is normally the best way to go. Factual will be good if you're writing something on a nonfiction article or something like that. So this is just to show you what you can do. It's very simple. That's it. Like anybody can do this. Anybody can do this. The book size, depending on what route you want to go, the average industry standard book size is 6 by 9. Um, for smaller books, I would say something like a 5 by 7, something like that. But if you're going to print this book in, something like, oh gosh, I know some people like to print it like a full size, like a 8 by 10 or 8 by 11, and so that because some people like to print out the book once they buy it. I personally, I don't know. When you're uploading it to be printed, it needs to be a 6 by 9. Um, 8 by 10s or 8 by 11s, those are more for like workbooks and things like that. This is just how it's seen in the industry. And but a 6 by 9 is pretty much the standard. I know you go to the bookstores and you find them smaller and things like that, but 6 by 9 is the average what I use. It gives me the room that I need to do what I need to do. So like this is too big, but I'm just leaving it alone because I was just showing you. So I'm going to show you my actual cover. If it will load. Sorry, it's like gloomy out today, so it's just giving me all kind of issues. Okay, here's the actual cover that I worked on. Canva does open up a lot of pages, so you can close a lot of these. You can close it down to just one page because when I come out of here, it will open up another page. It'll open back up a new home page, so you can. It's one of the things with it that kind of annoying, but it's whatever. So I'm just waiting for it to load. So this is the main female lead of my book, Nirvatra. And this is the back cover of the book. So the thing that's missing is the spine, and I wouldn't know the dimensions of the spine until I have the book put together. So this is what I created for my first book, and once I have those dimensions for the spine, and I'll show you how to get those. I would add another page and create the spine, and then I'd probably put it all together in something like Adobe Photoshop. So we are done with this section. Go ahead and play. I mean, Canva is free. You can upgrade. It's not even it's really a program that's worth it. It helps a lot. I mean, it helps a lot of people. It does a lot of things. So I definitely highly recommend Canva. So see you in the next video.